Hi, you got a question? Just ask me. No, I don't know if you see me around. I've been around a long time, 40 years or so, helping people get free money to do anything they want in life. Uh, but now, on Periscope here, what I'm going to do, answer questions, give people help. Off the top of my head, I could probably tell you some place to go to get free money and help to do anything, Because see, to me, all the good stuff that's available in life is never advertised. So what we know is what we find doing Google, and Google really tells us things that are going to cost us money and not the free stuff. So if you have a question, let me know. I mean, you're looking for money and help to for real estate, to buy houses, fix up houses, or you're looking for money and help like to start a business. Man, I mean, a million entrepreneurs every year get money from the government to start or expand a business. And that's what I'm trying to do, is show people, how to do that, or even just live in the gig economy, and what's available nowadays, really to create extra income. I mean, now it's so easy with platforms. What happened is these platforms has taken the complexity out of life. So if you have a question about how to get free money to do anything, you want to go back to school and get an education or training, what kind of help is available there. So let me know. I'm going to work here, and so if somebody has a question, just put it in the thing in the slot here, and I'll try to answer it. And I'm sure off the top of my head, come on, give me a shot. Give me your best shot. What do you got? Let me know, and I'll give you a source of help. I mean, I've been doing this stuff really for 40 years. I've sold 4 million books on this subject. So, I mean, I think I know this stuff more than anybody else in the world. That's right. Yeah, I know that sounds egotistical, but there's some truth to it, and I think a lot. I don't know anybody who has the kind of credentials I have of helping the average person. Sure, there may be, okay, where can I go to write a grant proposal? Well, number, it looks like you got the hang of Periscope thing. Oh, you can help me for, okay, grant proposal. Don't worry about writing a grant proposal. So many people say, oh, I need a grant writer. No, you do not need a grant writer. Only if you're a nonprofit and going after some big project, then probably, maybe. But don't worry about now. If you're individual, even a small nonprofit, see, 80% of the free money that's given out by the government is just 4 pages of fill in the blanks. Why are property gain taxes so high in California? Well, that's a legislative problem. So now what you have to do is figure out a way around that. And to get free legal help about that, your property taxes in California, there's something called the Business Development Center. It's Dr. Putz. Well, yeah, you're pretty inventive there. I got ex-wives call me worse, so don't worry. Anyway, so Small Business Development Center. If you call 211, ask for the Small Business Development Center. They'll give you free legal help on anything, accounting help, IRS help, stuff like that. And find ways around it. What was the other question somebody had here already? A grant writer. Yeah. Don't worry about grant writers. What to do is, to me, if you're worrying about grant writers before you have an application, see, the harder thing in getting free money is finding the right place to apply. Yes, I used to be on TV, infomercials. But I can only talk for a minute. What's nice about Periscope, I can talk as long as you put up with me. and really fulfill thoughts. That's why people know me as that crazy guy. See, I had to act so crazy, so people just stop, people, whatever. So now I could really get help to people better through things like Periscope. Okay, so you have to know what you're applying for, and that's important. And so you have to get the application. So it's harder in life trying to find the right place to apply for. Once you find the right place to apply for, before you fill out an application, you talk to the people. And that's what you do. Okay, SBDC, America's SBDC is the national, and you put in your zip code, and you could find out the local SBDC where you are. Okay, but an application, don't worry about it. Everybody, the people who scare you about you need an application, application or the people getting paid to fill out the application for it. So don't wait till you get it, because as I say, 99%, well, actually 80% of the free money doesn't require that. It's 2-3 pages, fill in the blanks, and that's the part. And also free services. It's like this, the SBDC. Now they don't have money, but they'll point you to money, and they'll also help you fill out applications. Yeah. And they also give you free services. So if you're getting free legal help, free accounting help, free management consulting help, free publicity help, or whatever, that's worth thousands and thousands. Are there many grants or free loans for closing costs when I purchase home? Yes, there are, and it depends on what state you are. There's a lot of that going on. Now, I do reports, that take for your city and show you all the places in your city. So if you go to Lesko.com/research, you'll see the stuff I do, but I charge for that. But if you want to do it yourself, okay, download that report that I have up there, Lesko.com/5free. Download that, and you'll get a video report on where to start to find free money for housing, starting a business, education, anything. And you'll see for housing, it's really local. You got to go local. You got to go your state. Your state housing authority has a whole bunch of programs that are buy houses, fix up houses, be a real estate inventor. Your county has governments. Yeah, I have an MBA, computers and finance. Your county has. Somebody asked me what my degree was in, but that was before you guys were probably born. And then actually by the MBA, it took me 2 failing businesses to unlearn all that stuff they taught me in MBA school. Yeah, so be careful with higher education. But it is the housing. Okay, your county. So, and it's in community development. So go to your county government office. Every website that you go to should either be .gov or .org, O-R-G. Forget about all the others, because all they're going to do is try to figure out how to get money from you. See, and the websites I want to give you are the ones that are going to give you money. So why go to websites that are going to get money from you when you go to websites who give money for you? Yeah? But see, you don't find them in Google, because Google gets paid for people to advertise. And people who advertise are the ones who want to get money from you. The people who give money to you, they don't have advertising money, because they spend all their money, giving it away to people, like you. So that's the important thing. Plus, there's nonprofit organizations. They're the people also who get money. And it's funny too that people, I found in doing these reports, for housing and real estate investing, I found the Federal Home Loan Bank Board, man, has local money, local branches. They give the banks. So they're giving grants to banks to give to you to buy real estate. But how do you know that? The banks probably won't even tell you about it, because it's a grant they're getting. But you have to find out about it. So what you go to is the regional office of the Federal Home Loan Bank Board, okay? And they have, separate, about 7 or 10 regions around the country. So the banks in their regions, apply for this money. But in that regional home loan bank, which is a government office, they'll tell you what programs they have locally and give you the banks that have these grant monies. Otherwise, you never see an ad for a grant from a bank. But that's why the government's involved. And a lot of times they don't even let the banks advertise and stuff like that. But a good place to start for anything with housing, and I got this in that report, that 5 free report, is your HUD counseling. If you Google right now, HUD counseling, and you'll see and make sure it's a .gov website. You'll see a site there that'll have a graphic of the map of the United States. You click on your state, and you'll see all the free counseling services. These are people that are getting grant money to help you in real estate of any kind, or even foreclosure. You're worried about losing your house. You're worried about you can't pay a mortgage payment, and things like that. There's free counselors to help you with all that, and they're wonderful. I've used them myself. Now, it takes work. It's not like somebody who's getting money from you, so you have to do some work on your part. I mean, people who want to get money from you, what they do is they spend a lot of money calling you at dinner time and harassing you and stuff like that. And by the way, there's laws against that. So if people are trying to collect money from you like that at dinner time or whatever, and you told them never to call like that, well, then you could get $500 to $1,000 from them to doing that. But you don't know that, so you don't know, and you think you have to hire a lawyer, but you don't, man. If you learn how to use the system, you don't have to hire a lawyer for anything, because they're government offices that are more powerful than lawyers, and they'll come down on these people like a ton of bricks. And people are more afraid of the government than they are of lawyers these days, because their lawyers better than your lawyers. But if you get a government agency after them, they'd rather just pay off the agency, because that agency can put them out of business, and they lose not only you as a customer, but they lose all their business. So what else we got there? Who else need money for stuff? And we're all struggling out there. I mean, life is changing so much. I mean, that everybody doesn't know what they're doing. Jobs are no longer secure, and there's no retirement programs anymore. All this kind of stuff. So we all have to figure out a new way to live. Or you like to suit? Yep. I got 20 of these. I wear them every day, but I'm wearing about 15 years. Yeah. And I got a new one coming. Let me show you this. Actually, I go to Spoon Flower. What was the regional office that tell me about banks get money? Yeah, that's Federal Home Loan Bank Board. This is the fabric of a new suit I'm having made now. I go to Spoon Flower. I don't know if you know Spoon Flower. They make like 3D fabric. They just make a yard for like $5. It's nothing, you know. And so I send them a graphic, and they print out a couple of yards, and I send it to Vietnam, and that's who makes it up for them. So that's the Federal Home Loan Bank Board. So you go there, look for your regional bank, and then in community banking, you're looking for the programs they have, and then they'll be able to tell you what banks in your area have those programs. But even before you don't forget to check your county. Your county has a community development office, Federal Home Loan Bank board, like your board. I'm bored as hell. I hate answering the question. I'm bored, yeah. And that kind of thing. So that's available. See, I spend my whole day, and I've been doing this for 40 years, of just researching for free stuff for people. I don't think you have to pay for things to do in life. You can find out where the free stuff is to get it done, or be clever enough to find a free way around it. Because there's other ways to do things. I mean, you don't have to, like now. Gosh, I'm 29 years African-American male living in LA. Any grants the government can? Well, I mean, that's like, is there any air for you? The problem is, Mr. LA, is that you have to learn the system. I mean, you can't put in, like, okay, 26-year-old African-American LA. No, most of it's organized differently, and it's mostly organized by what you want to do. There's some free, money programs to help you with expenses, like there's emergency money. If you ever need free emergency money, there's help for utility bills or a back rent bill or things like that. And a place to do is, you're a hip hop artist. That is 211. Okay, if I was a hip hop artist and wanted to do something that's in entrepreneuring kind of thing, where I would do is go to the the Small Business Development Center, okay? Now, also, if you're a hip-hop artist and if you are a performer, what I would do is find out, ask your Small Business Development Center about getting government contracts, because the government hires more performers than anybody else. See, we have a big chain of nightclubs all around the world. They're on military bases. They all have nightclubs hiring talent, and you don't even need an agent for these things. If you learn the government system, they're booking talent all the time. So you could go and there's special offices out there in LA and all over that help entrepreneurs figure out how government buys stuff. You don't have to hire an accountant. You don't have to hire anybody to do that. Download that 5 free item you have, and it has in there the Business Development Center, how to contact them or whatever. That's the first place to go to start learning that system. So there's contracts. Man, getting a government contract is better than a grant, because it's what you want to do. You're a performer, so you want to perform. So get the government to pay you to perform at their nightclubs that they have on the military bases. Local Business Development Center. Yes, it's Small Business Development Center. If you go to the main website, is America's, AMERICAS, America's, SBD as in dog, C as in Charlie. So SBDC.org, .org, because that's a nonprofit that shows you where your local business development center is. If you get stuck at all, you can always call 211. Let me get some water, okay? I'll be right back. This is using water. I don't know what the heck it is. Some kind of pineapple, coconut. A little weird. Okay, I can't believe I stumbled across this. I can't believe there's people out there that I could help. I mean, that's the biggest joy of my life, to feel useful. That's why if you're a hip hop artist, to feel useful, if people enjoy your talent, that's all we want to do in life, is have other people appreciate what we're doing in life. And that's, I think, the most important thing. And that's why I think it's stupid to retire. People don't have to retire anymore. They could get money and help, whatever, to figure out what's really in their heart to do. Like, I'm 74 years old. What the hell I want to retire down in Florida and play shitty golf for the rest of my life? That seems stupid. I'm good at this. I can help people, And so I'll do this until my head falls on the table, and falls in the soup or whatever. And I die doing that. That's it, man. Spread good energy and assist everything. That's what we're all here for. I mean, there's no one thing. We get all wrapped up and think we need a big goddamn car or a big house or man, and that's helping people and being appreciated is that you're here to do something of value for somebody else. I think that's the bottom line. But it's too hard, I think, in our society not to, I'm going to impress that guy, or I'm going to do better than him. Where most of us are doing shit just to impress somebody else. And not for heart, so we're not listening to this guy. See, this guy, I think, is smarter than this guy. America's AMERICAS, not Z. America's, and then Small Business Development Center, SBDC. America's with an S on the end, and then another S, SBDC.org. Try that. Actually, maybe I'll try it with you and see. Maybe I got it wrong. I mean, I'm an old guy, and as I get older, man, I screw up a lot of things. SBDC.org. America's SBDC. Oh, come on. What else am I saying? Hey, that's it. Okay. America's AMERICAS, and then another S, BDC. Okay? And then learn more. Find your SBDC locally. Okay? That's nice. So that's it. Now, and nothing works all the time. So, I mean, I can't guarantee you're going to make a phone call and get a check in the mail next Thursday. If you expect that, man, then go give somebody money. Because they'll promise you that, and you still won't get it anyway. But life takes work, and it takes stumbling, and it takes trying 100 places before you get, what the hell you really need, because you got to figure out what's there. And once you figure out what's there, then you have to figure out how to use what's there to your advantage. Most of us sit here, and I fall into this trap myself too. You sit here and say, boy, what I need is $50,000, and that'll solve every goddamn thing. So I go looking for $50,000. Well, they're probably not going to get a place that, I mean, there is out there, but it probably, your chances of getting are pretty slim, and then, because nobody's going to give you 50 grand, you're nobody, never did anything or whatever. But there's other ways to do that. See, but if you find other things, okay, there's somebody else that out there that will maybe partner with you, so on something like that. And they already have an audience or whatever to do. Okay, right, the plan has to be sound before funds are given. Yes, but even so, see, I think, okay, like being a hip hop artist, okay, now, see, you don't need money, you need a gig, right? You need, just like if the government said, okay, we're going to book you 10 weeks in Okinawa. Well, that's probably worth 10 grand or something like that, 20 grand, 30 grand, I don't know. You know better than me. And that's better than going out trying to find a grant where you're only going to get once. And you get that grant once, and you're going to spend 6 months or whatever it takes to try to find it. And then, you probably won't get another one. But if you find a contract, then you get it over and over and over again. What was that last question? Because that's probably a good one. I want to answer that. Can you put up that last question again? So you want to get something that's sustaining. Also, when you're looking to fund something in the beginning, I think most of that, you don't know what the hell really going to work. You have this dream, and most of us have this imagine. I mean, I've written 100 books, and only 10 have made money. And this is something I spend my life thinking about and doing, things like that. Every one, I swear. I was just saying that the money is needed up front to cover the creation creation. Yes, okay, okay. Now you have to be creative on how to do that. Okay. So if you can't get the 10 grand or whatever, is cut the record or whatever, how are you going to make that happen? Without that. And that's either through trading services. I don't know your industry, well enough. You edit for other people, so you could use the equipment for free, and you're able to use the services for free because you're volunteering your time that they're making money out of, so other people to do it. So the important thing is to get it done. How you get it done, and having it done the easiest way. Man, I mean, how many movies have you seen that the beginning of the movie says, well, I need $100,000 to start a car company. And they write a proposal and they get $100,000. And now they have one of the biggest car companies in the world. Life isn't that way. It's not beginning and end. It's the middle that's important. All that struggle in the middle is what's important in life. And that's where you really learn. So that's why just having an idea about something, what you have to do is follow that so you can fail and trip and start really getting to the real stuff that's going to happen. And that's when you find out what you really are made of. I mean, think of how many stories that we go see, all these stories that only be 5 minutes. Because write an application, get $100 million, and you're a gazillionaire. No, it's all that falling down in the middle and nothing happening. And all our lives are that way, but for some reason we expect life to be different, because I think it's mostly salesmen like me say, just do this and it's all free. and things don't happen that way, unfortunately. So it's all about hanging in there and doing the right stuff and doing the hard work. It is hard work. That's why it's important, I think, like you're a hip hop artist, so that means you have, oh, by the way, a guy, there's a radio station that runs a show of mine on, and it's an online radio, listenvision.com. A nice guy, and he has a hip hop museum. That's listenvision.com. And so, give him a shot if you want to know about the hip hop museum. He runs my show. He's here in Washington, D.C. He's right across the street from Howard University. Real sweet guy. That may be interesting to you. Well, I'm going to do more of this. I got to do some work now before I go out. I'm going to just wrote it down. Okay, listenvision.com. I'm pretty sure it's on Georgia Avenue, Washington, D.C. Are there any grants or free money for closing costs? Yes, absolutely. Lots of grants and free money. I was just doing a report yesterday. Where the heck was it? Somewhere in Texas, up to $40,000 free money to buy a house, and then another $2,500 of closing costs. And you got to dig at that. Download that free ebook I got, that Lesko.com/5 free. I think it's in the title of this. I put it in the title of the show here. In Pennsylvania. Oh, you're in Pennsylvania? Yes. Then you have to go to your state government. You have to go to your county government. You have to go to your city government. You have to go to nonprofit organizations. All these kinds of things. I'm new on Periscope, so I don't know, if you think what kind of title should I say? I mean, I don't seem, depending on what time of day it is. I only tried it 3 or 4 times. Once I had 400 people. That's on this Sunday. That was the first time I did it, and I tried again yesterday. I got bupkis. So you think it's worthwhile, huh? That's what I'm trying to do, is give something. That's what I like about capitalism. If people pay me for it, then I know it's worthwhile. I'm not just pleasing myself, think it's cool. You have to make love to somebody else. Making love to yourself, that gets old. Well, what we're here in life for is to make love to somebody else and to help somebody else in life. And that's the most rewarding thing in life to do. So that's what, to me, capitalism helps that. So if somebody gives you money, then you know it is. You know, you're giving it away for free. Well, I'm doing this away for free. Here on Periscope, it's really to educate people about it's there. So then if you need help doing it, then, you know, maybe I'm the person to help. You can figure out how to do it yourself, fine. And you know, me at Lesko.com/research, like for housing, you know, I'll find you 100 programs for down payment money and other money to help. Or talk. I got Lesko.com/talk. And we could talk on the air. I mean, I could dig through on what's really going on in your head so you could help find what you really should be doing in life. I think that's a lot of problem. A lot of problem we fail is we're doing the wrong thing. We're listening to everything outside of our head, you know, whether it's experts or family, or we're trying to impress somebody else or whatever, and not listening to our heart. You know, and that's why you see me in this question mark suit. People know me for the years or whatever. And still, I start listening to inside. You know, did things really start happening to me? We get so much bullshit on the outside, you know, that we think everybody else is smarter because we don't know anything. Well, they don't know anything either. They're guessing too, just like you are, just like I am. You're buying your first, yes, lots of money, boys. You know, and so don't stop. Okay, for a house in Pennsylvania, okay, call your HUD counselor, okay? HUD counseling. .gov. Just Google that, and you'll see there's a whole list of offices, all free help to get you started on the process. That's a place to go for that, you know, because there's just too many programs. Actually, I just found a program in Maryland for young people who have lots of student debt, at least $25,000 of student debt. Then they'll give you free money for a deposit, a down payment on a house. Yeah, but you have to have lots of student debt. Isn't that crazy? I mean, you don't know the questions to ask. You know, and that's why we're the question mark suit. Yeah, answers are easy, but how would know? And then also, what's in housing a lot are loans you don't pay back. Yes. So who would have asked? So if you're calling up a government office and asking for grant money, and then you're missing loans you don't have to pay back. I don't know the difference, but somewhere in the laws of the government, they apparently have a distance. So you're calling up and you don't know the stuff, what you're doing, really, then you miss that stuff. See, that's why it's get out there and learn the system so you can take advantage of it, you know, and use it. And that's why, to me, it's not going with a mission. Sort of have an overall mission in mind, like, okay, I'm looking for financial assistance. Where are they? I mean, the loans you get to give it back, it's those 4 or 5 sources everywhere: city, state, county, federal government, nonprofit organizations. You know, there are 5 or 6 places. Download that Lesko.com/5 free, FREE, all small case, and I get a video report that will go through all the major sources of information to start getting free money and help on anything. So that will kick you down the road, you know, to start learning, you know, this stuff I know and how to approach it. Because if you go on Google and do stuff, I mean, that's the worst to me. And I'm biased, so don't trust me in this. But see, what they show you are things that people want to get money from you, because everybody, that's a gold mine for people to advertise, to get to your head that you have a problem, I could solve your problem if you give me money. But the people who are there that already get grants to pay this, you know, to pay for their services, don't advertise on Google. So you'll never find them, you know, and all you find are the people who want to get money from you. Now, that's almost immoral to me, right? We have people who have problems we have to solve. And we think, because we're in a capitalist society, the only way is paying somebody money. Yeah. And that doesn't have to be. Now, the other stuff is harder, sure. They're not going to hold your hand as much because they already got paid. They don't have to worry about sucking up to you. Where do you live? Outside in Washington, D.C., just a suburb. Oh, both places. I got 2 places. A little apartment downtown. But it is there. And my life now, I mean, I'm never going to retire. I mean, retirement is so stupid. I just want to keep learning. These past 3 years, I've interviewed over 700 people who got free money from the internet to start businesses, do ideas, start nonprofit organizations, solve financial problems, all this kind of stuff. Oh, work in Perryville. I'm not sure where that is. I'm sort of like near Rockville, you know, and that area. And I'm going to keep learning. I mean, that's what we all have to do. That's why if you want to get a better job, you could go and get trained for free. I mean, there's so much free training money in this country to get trained, and you got to get trained, man, because everybody likes to stop. You know, things are changing so fast in our country, so you got to keep up, or your job's going out. Jobs, the average wage is going nowhere. The fat cats are getting everything, right? Their wages are going way high. The average wage earner is going nowhere, and I think a lot of that is because you don't have the new skills that are needed to get the higher income. So because that's being replaced a lot by people, by robots and all this kind of stuff. We're just a changing society. And good or bad, we're not going to stop changing. I mean, sort of like I heard a great analogy today. If you're a white water rafter, a kayak going down the rafts, you can't put in the paddle and stop yourself, a little paddle in there. There's a casino where I work in Game. Oh, I think I know where that is, up near Pennsylvania, kind of thing. Yeah. If you're going down the rapids, on a kayak, with a little paddle, you can't steer it with a little paddle, man. No, you got to go with the flow. You got to paddle so you go with the flow, not try to stop the flow. That flow is coming no matter what the hell you do. And if you try to stop it, you just tip over. And that's our lives are like that. So we have to understand this flow that's happening. It's changing so quickly that we got to get in with that flow and use it, because it's not going to stop for you or me. And even if politicians say they'll stop it, it's only temporary, or cosmetically, and it ain't going to happen. Yeah. So you got to learn how to use it, and that's why I think reality will teach you that. So get out and try stuff. That's the only way you learn for sure. No matter what I say or anybody experts don't know. We're all guessing. What I'm trying to do is just show you options, to make sure you know about options and stuff. Okay, I'm going to come back, so sign up for me or whatever you do on Periscope. I'm not really sure what you call it. And follow me, because I'll be back soon. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day, or whatever. Or you can always shoot me an email at leskofreeradio@gmail.com. Thanks for your help. Have a good day. Can't wait to see you next. Oh, thank you. leskofreeradio@gmail.com. And download that free report. Good stuff in there. A lot of videos. Start explaining, how to use the system. Don't let it use you. You could use that sucker. We live in a democracy where anybody could take advantage of this stuff. Ciao.